Okay, let me start off the watch list video here by saying Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. And if you're not a mother, but you've forgotten it's Mother's Day, maybe I saved a life here today just by mentioning it. So, all right, I'm starting with JC Penney's JCP. Kind of interesting potential to break out. You had after the gap down, you had the high there at who knows what it was, 18, 20, something like that. You kind of picture a cup and handle, and a really nice little kind of flag pattern there, ascending triangle, whatever you want to call it. This is interesting up over recent highs. A lot of shorts in JCP. So we get through 18 on any volume. Could be a nice mover. This is definitely one to keep on watch this week. FTNT kind of snuck up. Didn't really have great volume, but after the gap down in early April, you kind of have a little cup and handle, sort of. Well, you've got a range between the mid 17s and 19. So anyway, this one. Over 19 with any volume, also interesting. I might be a little early talking about this. You had support 19 back there, resistance here. So 19 is a significant number, and it probably won't just bust right through it if it does at all. So keep that in mind. I'd definitely like to see volume if it's going to do something there. AMRN, a little bit interesting, just the volume on Friday. You noticed the kind of standout candle on Friday. And you can probably have a little bit of a possible trend line there. So this is one to watch up over Friday's high. This one, we have kind of stacked catalyst here. Then we have, if you get over Friday's high, then you have this late April high of 757, and above that, probably a move to 8, or I shouldn't say probably, could be a move to 8. You have 791 high here. So that's what these ascending or these trend lines, I should say. That's why they work sometimes, because we have, they give you what we call stacked catalysts, which just means recent highs to the left on the chart. Okay, and those recent highs form these trend lines. So once you get above that, you start breaking. Then you break the late April high. Then you break the early April high, and so on. That's kind of why they work. They're stacked catalysts that are knocking down resistance, if you will. So anyway, AMRN, I like the volume on Friday. It's worth watching. GPS, certainly don't want to chase something like this, but nice volume on Friday. Whenever you have something like that, a big volume standout day, even though it's extended, doesn't cost you anything to put it on a chart. You might get a nice intraday setup like we look for in chat. Same thing with MCP. We called MCP at 620 with a 9-cent stop, and it went up $1.50 something from there without stopping out on Friday. Look at that, 60 million shares. A lot of shorts in trouble on this one. Of course, a lot of them probably covered on Friday, but this one needs to be on your watch list going forward for the next couple weeks now after a move like that. Again, I'm not going to chase it, but if we get a low-risk intraday setup, could give a nice trade. FIO, after that monster volume gap down, just have that on watch, only for an intraday setup. I don't have a number for you here that I'm looking at. ALXA after the gap up, 2 big down days and kind of a narrow green day on Friday. This is worth having on bounce watch. And then a couple others that are interesting to me, but maybe not ready to go yet, right? NTAP. You kind of have a trend line that we talked about there, that it broke last week. And now I zoom in a little bit. Now we're just kind of grinding higher. But up over recent highs, you might make a move to test this 37 high. And if I go to the weekly, up over 37, this certainly has room to run. So, this isn't like, hey, I think it's going to go first thing Monday morning. But this is one to keep on the back burner. Maybe one of the little charts up in the corner of one of your monitors. Keep NTAP, NTAP on watch. Possible breakout over recent highs and then through 37 looks really good. A lower price stock, PRKR. You see it there too, right? Up over these recent highs, you could have a big breakout. I think I looked it up this morning, over 20% short interest in that one. And then a very thin stock, something like an RKUS, is getting pretty beaten up here. And, the IPO opening day had a low of 12.25. I mean, you get down around that area, you might have a nice chance for a bounce. But this is a very thin stock, not really tradable in a chat room like ours with several hundred people in there. So that's my list starting the week, and as always, we'll find stuff to add as we find volume plays, news plays as the trading days unfold this week. All right, I'll quit babbling again. Enjoy your Mother's Day, and we'll see everybody on Monday.